Welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT. Tonight we're live on Project Cars 2 for the Astro Gaming Mustang Boss 302R Cup, and we are at round 3 tonight. So it is a 4-round series, so at that halfway point, and it's pretty tight on the championship, so it's going to be another fantastic race in these Mustangs. We'll take a look at the session. So for Dubai Autodrome International, we have 15 minutes qualifying. Weather conditions will be clear. The race is 15 laps. Weather is clear through to light cloud, and there's a mandatory pit requirement for the race as well. Looking at the standings after round 2, we have DK Rush leading the championship with 260 points, and it's very close at that top end, and then that could be even closer after tonight's round, getting ready to head into the final round worth those double points as well. Last week, for round 2, we were at Barcelona Catalunya National. We saw Philly Manili qualify in second, went on to take the race win, and we saw DK Rush take the fastest lap bonus points. And our drivers are all competing for a fantastic prize courtesy of Astro Gaming, our series sponsor, and that is for an Astro Gaming A20 wireless gaming headset, and it's a fantastic prize to be able to get. It's a great headset to use, and our drivers will love using that on their PlayStation, even on PC, so if they were to transition over onto that, they can also utilise it. Do check out the sponsors webpage for Astro Gaming and check out all their gear. And maybe some stuff you are interested in getting as well. They are great headsets. So we've got 13 drivers loading in the session at the moment. The session did load in rather quickly. Did actually miss bringing up the track layout as we're covering those session details. We weren't even sure if we're actually going to be able to go ahead with the race tonight. All the drivers doing practice sessions beforehand, having a lot of server issues with Project Cars. It is a very sad day for Project Cars 1 and Project Cars 2 today. They have been removed from sale. You won't be able to purchase the game online. Being removed from Steam and PlayStation Store and the likes due to all their official content licensing expiring. If any drivers were keen to get their last DLC packs, those opportunities now gone. You're going to be able to find only physical copies within stores such as EB Games and the likes. Given the very fast load time into the session, the servers being down a few times, I think they may have actually been doing some maintenance on the servers. We didn't appear to be having any IP conflicts in this lobby beforehand. Hopefully that's resolved the issue that's been plaguing the title on PlayStation for a while. And hey Gallon, thanks for jumping on the stream. Good luck to the drivers. It should be a great race. It's been fantastic. Round 1, we had nil incidents to report in the race. And then last week, only just one racing incident occurring. Not even a penalty point thrown at it. There have been some spectacular, very clean and tight racing in this series. Gal, thanks for jumping on the stream. For all our viewers that haven't followed us yet and joining us, please hit that follow button. And don't be shy, jump in the chat, say hello. Make our way through the list of drivers, getting out and about and getting out there. Out laps, we should see some time lapse. It's not a very long layout for the international track. We've been trying to do some more short course racing of the larger GP tracks for this series. We have Velaki, mid-cliff. Dirty Monkey. We have Hammer debuted with us for the series. In his first race with us last week. Over to DK. Championship leader, starting off with a clean sweep in round 1, and then a jump start, hampering his race last week, and did claw his way back up towards the top end, which is what has brought those championship standings down very close. Great. Over the head farmer. Boy. We'll jump on board for a lap with the driver in a moment. The Wheeler currently qualifying 9th. Just ahead of him, Simo Simsel. Got Steph. Tyjo having IP conflict issues the last couple of rounds, and no evidence of that in the lobby beforehand. We've got Philly currently holding pole, qualifying a 142.5. Yeah, wide. Some traffic through. The driver's getting a qualifying time in. Head farmer and spray. Jenna Lee. Larky coming on the start, or lap here, so we're going to jump on board for a lap around Dubai. Very long pit straight. No clear indication as to which way the track really goes. You can actually turn off to the left before you realise the traffic cone is blocking off the usual sector of that track. Cuts down out through a good portion of the track down to the middle straight. And I'll come down into right-hand hairpin. There's a crest on this hairpin, so easy to try and spool that car up, and does want to understeer out. It's very sharp. By a left-hand hairpin. Very technical section of the track through sector 2. Going to be big passing opportunities through that sector. Another hairpin halfway through sector 3. Throttle control for Malarkey. Faster corners, but there is also a crest right at the apex, easy to spool up. Trying to get a very late turn in. It makes you want to turn in a little early from the looks of the track to get the golden line. Just hold that exit entry curve as wide as possible, late turn in, and we'll get a great run down that mid straight. Wasn't a timed lap for Malarkey for that one. actually holding pole, 142.5. The slipstream in from Simo just pulls in front in the braking zone. Should be carrying a nice amount of speed, but it's cost him. Carrying all that excess speed in the turn one. Putting off guard a bit. It's 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining for qualifying, so ample time to get some more laps in. DK's done a 142 also. It's in the 143s. And back out, another out lap. Hey Jurassic Jam, how are you? Happy Thursday to you as well. All drivers getting a time on the board, 13 cars split by 5.4 seconds. Pretty tight on these current times. First 6 drivers under 1.5 seconds split. Very loose vert. And once these things start to get into a slide, very hard to get under control. Qualifying in 6th with a 143.9. 30 had a fantastic run last week. Barcelona. And he stripped of his position by time penalty. Up to 10 seconds. The exceeding speed limit in pits. He was set for a 2nd place. Like the connections for our drivers are looking very tidy. You do usually see a little bit of lag with Tyjo. He does join us all the way from the Philippines. The ping difference in all the other drivers a little bit higher than the others. I do believe servers for Project Cars haven't really been tended to for quite some time. And I'm the impression they've probably had a full reboot this afternoon. Game is running very fast and very smooth. We have all been feeling a little bit disheartened, thinking that we may have been coming to an end. That we'll potentially be seeing the servers discontinued. We can continue our Project Cars. It is the heart and soul of what Apex eSports League is, and it's where we all started. Billy still holds pole. It's nearly just under 3 temps from DK's time. He's improved that time. Just pushed it out, only a marginal improvement. That's showing that he's keeping consistent pace. So that's going to cost DK unless he's trying to get a little bit of extra temp in ready for this lap. There's a minute 40 to go. This will be final lap for DK if he wants to try and steal pole. Don't forget to use those sound effects down underneath the stream as well, so that way you can cheer on, and some other sound effects to be able to throw over the stream. Have some fun during the course of the race and show the support with the drivers. Oh, DK's still got that car very loose. Nick holding third position. Philly's parked the car up, so his time cemented in now. 1:42.540 is the time to beat to take that pole position. Nick on his final approach now. Last lap for qualifying in round 3. He beat the 1:43.1. No movement there for Mick. Clark is qualified 4th. He's done dusted, so he'll be doing his burnouts for the race. Joe in 5th. Dirty's going to get another lap in. He's managed to cross the control line with only just a couple of seconds left of the session. If he can have a cracker of a lap here. Doesn't have to shave off much to gain a position. What may cost him hasn't invalidated his lap, as long as he's still carrying that pace. The car ahead is Joe. The difference in time of 4.416 to a 0.441. No, it doesn't look like it's been a good lap for him, so he's parking that car up. And 65 seconds left on the clock. And then over into the race. DK's parked the car up as well, no improvement on his time. Surely that car up ahead is right. It was Mick. There's been a bit of movement. Balaki's qualified in 5th. Joining in for the burnouts as well. There's Steph. Reverse burnouts in the Mustang by Balaki. Joe's qualified 4th. Not sure if he's decided to come and join these guys as well. It looks like Taijo and Balaki both improved times before. There we are, qualifying complete. Billy takes pole position, 42.540, and then the rest of the grid will then be DK, Mick, Taijo, Balaki, Dirty, Head Farmer, Spray and Pray, Cool Boy, Hammer, Vert Wheeler, Steph, and Smo Simsel. That's only nearly 4 seconds flat gap between the 13 drivers. That's going to be some pretty close racing over the course of 15 laps around Dubai. Really, yes, it would be great to see Steph take a podium. She's having a crack of a race last week. And a spin pushing her back down towards the back end. Had that back straight actually take a couple of drives. The same thing happened with Mick, and even DK went in for a spin at one point. It's caught a lot of drivers off guard, but this track is going to be a little bit more settled and a lot more room. Yeah, that's it. Steph might be able to get him in the race. She definitely can. Not out of it at all here. Good start. She's going to be able to get a few positions. It'd be good if Steph can try and get in a podium before she makes the transition over into iRacing soon. This will probably be the last series we see her running on Project Cars. And we'll be seeing her name up on Monday nights. Here we are, drivers have readied up now. Oh, and look at the spools there. At least no jump start, really gets away nice and quick. I think DK was a little hesitant with the launch. He was taking no chances for a drive-through penalty tonight. Oh, nearly 4 wide by a few cars as they come down the turn one. At least there's ample room to do it. They're squeezing for space. Really pulls off nicely through those first few corners. Nearly 4 tenths over DK. Still fighting on down the back. Like Steph's managed to claim a couple of positions already. Been a little bit of movement as well. There's a bit of fighting between Burt and Hammer. Dirty and Balaki side by side. Dirty's on the outside. Balaki's going to have a great run through. Can there be a switch back for Dirty? Looks like he's going to go for it. He's going to have that slipstream of Mick just up ahead, but it is a left-hander, I believe, coming up. Balaki squeezes out into that racing line. A little bit of oversteer he's contending with. Really pulls away massively on lap 1. He's now pushed it out to 8 tenths. DK is going to be having a bit of pressure from Taijo. He did have about 0.4. Taijo's quickly reining that in. At sector 3, he carried a lot of pace. Oh, looks like the incident. I'm not sure if there's some damage up ahead. Ray's off track. Steph was into a spin. Looks like that front end, also the left, has got some damage to it. Ray off to the side and slides. Not sure if he was slowing down to try and offer a redress situation or if he was just caught off at the point. Looks like narrow made by Coolboy. That's seeing Hammer and Simo quickly close in to try and get around. Some good little battles going on throughout the field. Birdie and Balaki still at it here. Birdie's going to get a fantastic run here on that inside line. Balaki held rather wide. Oh, right on that bumper. Lands in slightly early. That's probably going to put him offline. Will there be enough speed to try and commit to a turn 1 pass here? I don't think it's going to. Balaki defends that line as well. Oh, and Spray's just gone into the pits. He's just copped a time penalty as well. And pass is being made by Taijo. He's got around DK and quickly as well. Looked like it happened in the corner beforehand. May have been a slight error from DK to have dropped back that quick. He was holding about 0.7 from Philly. He's now sitting at 1.5 seconds away from race lead. Joe on a mission, hunting down the front here. Right, should have a good pass here. He's got a nice inside line, but he's got to get ready for that right-hand corner, so he's got to move up ahead, take that track position. Not far enough to be able to do it. Oh, very wide. That's probably going to request a slow down, getting all four wheels off into that green section. I didn't see that getting ready. I'll just scroll up. Okay, so iRacing 2, I think I should be able to. Just hoping to jump on and do some laps tonight. Hydro did have that gap brought down to Philly. Over about 8 to 9 temps. It's now dropped out to 1.2. Philly's keeping some very quick, consistent laps. That last lap of 143.6, where Tyjo 3 temps slower. DK starting to drop off a little bit. That previous lap of 144.1. DK to try and maintain that championship lead with just a marginal lead coming into the final round. Well, he doesn't want to push too hard and risk incident trying to get to the front end. With a strong qualifying position and potentially getting an extra 10 points for a fastest lap like he did last week. That could be sufficient just getting podium. Keep that gap. Then the big points will be up for grabs next week with the double points. And even the extra 10 points fastest lap compared to the usual 5 points available. No matter really what happens tonight, it's going to see a deciding round next week. That's going to make it pretty exciting. When that Astro Gaming A20 gaming wireless headset up for grabs. Drivers are going to be the lucky owners of that wonderful prize courtesy of Astro Gaming. Oh, dirty. A spin costing him. Oh, looked like a little bit of a lag spike in that flick spin as well. So he's lost a couple of positions. He was starting to drop back away from Balaki. Oh, that was unfolding. Looks like error made by Tyjo. DK's gotten around nice and quick to basically repeating what happened before. And there goes Tyjo diving into the pits. So he's using that slower lap opportunity. Just get in and get this pit out of the way. Sure how he's going to go with taking on tyres. Ed Farmer opting to go in as well. A nice lead for Philly. I saw Johnny mentioning first ever pole for Philly as well. Had a fantastic run. This series been a great one for Philly. A big spin in round one, costing him a good finish, and then to make up with it with a fantastic race last week. Gone with pole, and then looking for a strong position for a podium, if not race win at this stage, 6 laps in. Very consistent laps if no dramas happen. Could be positioning himself very nicely to be able to get that pit underway and still have enough gap to be in the lead. DK's car appearing to show a little bit of oversteer, giving me in grief. It could be 2 wins in a row for Philly. Would be great to see. Well, Philly's been at the brunt of a few big stacks in the previous series. Quite a catastrophic incident towards the back end, usually requiring a retirement. Those last couple of laps are great to see. Coolboy and Steph now pitting. Yeah, and that is right. Yeah, the stream does appear a lot smoother. Glancing over at the console for it, and even my director's screen, there appears to be very little jittering going on with the cars. I really did think these servers needed some maintenance done on them. They've probably been up and running without a restart for quite some time. And the other good thing was just before setting up for this, I'm just checking to make sure that the servers were active. There was no other, so it didn't look like a good sign, there was no other servers actually open in the public lobbies. So essentially we could be one of only a few private servers running at the moment, so we are getting a fantastic connection to the Project Cars servers right now. Kajo making his way back up, he gets the pass on Vert. Vert's struggling with the car a bit, I don't think he's been in a pit. Kajo came out at around 9th position after that pit stop. He was the first of the front runners to make that mandatory pit. But Will pitting on lap 5 actually be a little bit too early, and those tyres last out the remainder of the race. Makes pass on Simo, but oh, there's a touch and they've locked. Can they pull apart? No, they can't. Well, it's going to be costly. Drivers trying to turn away from each other and get out of that lock. That could have gone much worse. There was wall contact. Will there be damage done to the cars? It's going to see them have to pit in. That halfway point now. Had a few cars get the mandatory pit out of the way. The front runners not yet doing so. Billy has a huge lead on the race now, around 2 seconds. We'll take a look at the standings as of lap 9. We have Spray and Pray in P13. F in 12. She doesn't have to head into the pits. And 11 for Simo, and it's the same thing. No need for repairs. Hammer and Burt now in pits. Ed Farmer P10. Just up ahead. 9th is Cool Boy. I'll move some positions as Hammer in P8 and Burt P7 in pit lane. Arjo's P6. He's 29.5 seconds away from the front. But all the drivers ahead of him have not been in serve that mandatory pit requirement yet. Get a reading that DK suddenly got close. The filly and that's just disappeared. It's bringing that gap down around to the 1 second mark now. P5's dirty. Weary. Jumping on the straight. Larky, P4. Has Mick Cliff in sight. Nick is holding P3. Current pace is about 4/10 slower than that of Balaki behind him. There's only about 1.5 second gap between them. They can keep that pace up. Balaki could be sitting right on his tail. P2 is a championship leader, DK. It's good to see you on. You're jumping in 5 minutes before you gear up for your race. If all goes well. And a race lead. Still Philly. He's been out the front for 10 laps. Take a quick look and see what the fastest lap of the race is at the moment. It's 1:43. I think it's Taijo, 1:43.2. In comes Billy into the pits now, and that is Taijo, 1:43.2. DK opts to stay out on track, so he takes the race lead. Nick's also pitting. Journeying out, as is Balaki. They had a bit of a gap, about 1.5 second gap. And then after the pit stop, right on his tail. Dirty's also in pits. IJ moves up into P3. Philly comes out in P2. Got some haywire timings at the moment. That'll refresh in a sec. We're needing at about 29 to 30 seconds for a pit stop. At this stage, Billy re-enters the race in P2, 27 seconds behind DK in the lead. A pit stop by DK, we should see Philly take back the race lead. Takes that corner rather cautiously. They come out with some fresh tyres and maybe a little bit slippery. He does have Taijo quickly closing in. Here comes DK now. This should be all drivers having got the mandatory pit out of the way. There's 3 laps remaining. Will DK be able to get out a faster pit? The other drivers have been taking on tyres. Will that be enough time if he chooses not to be able to hold out? Yes, it's a very quick stop from DK. I don't think it's going to be enough to come out. It's going to be very close though. DK's got the pedal down. He's going to just nearly come out in front. I think he's going to be able to steal that track position. What a quick stop. But if he's opted not to go for tyres, that car could be a little bit sketchy in these final laps. He may lose some pace. Billy's managed to put a decent gap between himself and Tyjo, so he can just focus on that tiny gap between him and DK. Philly's out there on some much greener tyres. Sorry, greener in the sense that they are warm. They're sharp as green on the heads-up display. More run-in tyres probably is the word to be used. They're much more fresh and green for DK if that's the case. Unless he didn't do it at all, and that could be even worse. That pace may drop off very quickly. Lucky taking on Mick at this stage. He's got some pretty good pace. He's a second quicker out of that previous lap with their pit. Philly's quickly closing in. He did have half a second. It dropped down to 0.2. That's pushed back out. It's a little bit of an error trying to line up a path to take on DK. Be a little bit of aero wash going on. He's looking to try and get around. He's just going to have to try and focus, following that same line. Don't take any risks. Close that tail in and then pick your opportunity. Any mistakes is going to see DK fly ahead, and then that's going to seem and then having some big pressure from Tyjo behind. DK to be able to go on for this win. Just put down as much gap as he can, try and push out that distance. Get Philly out of that slipstream. He went rather wide. He took out one of the brake markers. Cool Boy's got about a second extra pace and Dirty ahead, starting to close in. Lucky and Mick still fighting it out. There's only a couple of laps left in this. Looks like a pretty fantastic clean race. Out of the 13 cars, there's only a minute 2 gap. After 13 laps in, 2 to go. May have actually only really caught the only incident to occurred between Steph and Simo locking together on the pit straight. Oh, Balaki's got a heap of run, mixed, oversteered at exit. Nick manages to keep a fair bit of pace. Can he hold him off on that inside line for turn 1? He's going to have to probably brake a little bit earlier. Lucky carries a heap more mid-corner speed, so he's going to get him at this next corner. But they are fighting for every bit of track position, door to door. Lucky goes rather tight through the corner, and Mick rather wide. Not sure if both will be a slowdown or not. Oh, DK's got Philly closing in, very quick now, on a rear slide. Philly dives into that corner with a heap of speed. There's enough gap between him and Tyjo to still focus on DK. There's not much opportunity left in this. The fight between these two, not yet over. Larky's got Mick. Mick, perfect line. That's carried a heap of speed. Going to close that gap a little bit more. You can get him here on the final turn. Maybe able to get enough to be able to get that pass down the straight. That was very smooth. Larky makes his move to block. You have to make sure he doesn't do any weaving though. Bit of oversteer for the Larky, it's cost him pace. We're on the final lap as well. He noses on the inside curb's got him though. Unfortunate for Mick, he's got a little bit of time to try and recover. So he can still at least maintain that position. Philly's fighting for DK on the final lap. He's probing. Onto the final sector, last lap. Will DK have the win, or will Philly be able to get him in these last few corners? Oh, heap of speed for Philly, that might be enough to be able to carry him through in these next two corners. He's not going to want to go for an inside line here, he's just want to try and stay in that toe and sling out. Yes, he dives out and around. DK can block, not enough. That is very close. Only about 0.1 difference between the two. DK takes the win, Philly P2. Tyjo dives that car across the control line. AI having trouble trying to turn that car around, but he takes podium in P3. It's not often you see the car completely killed. Larky even lining him up, hoping he's still able to get him. Takes P4. Mick at least still manages to keep P5. Spin not costing him. Dirty and Coolboy duking it out in the last corner. There is a time penalty for Dirty. Coolboy thrashing that car. And the time penalty gives the position away to Coolboy. Coolboy P6, Dirty P7. Head Farmer crosses in P8. Cameron approach to take 9th. Def good recovery in the end, P10. Bert takes 11th. Spray in 12th, but he's got a speeding penalty from the pits. Will that see Spray or Simo move up? He does by the look of it. That's all drivers crossing the line, so no lap traffic at all, so that's fantastic to see. Now for round 3 is DK Rush, so it'll be good for that championship leave as there wasn't much of a gap coming into tonight's round, and that will see it's yet still a decider for next week, so it's going to be pretty exciting. Then also on the podium is Philly in P2 and Tyjo in P3, and the rest of the standings is Balaki, Mickliffe, Coolboy, Dirty Monkey, Head Farmer, Hammer, Steph, Vert Wheeler, Simo Simzel, and Spray and Pray. So then yes, that 10-second penalty position in the end to Simo, and that's only 1 minute 29 gap between all for. That is fantastic to see. We'll cast our eyes, just see who got the fastest lap still. I think it is still that 143.2, and that goes to Tyjo, so an extra 5 points going his way as well. So we'll add in DK, Philly, and Tyjo for a chat now. even the invites shooting off nice and smooth. It's quite good when this game is running nice and smooth. Should see them join in a moment. And congratulations, guys. Good race.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Congrats,
tough one.
Tajo.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't expect how it would end between those two. I thought Philly was going to get it, but
Yeah, it was very close finish. It was what just under 2 tenths difference. So it was very
Yeah, I
tight.
stopped in mixed pit bay. That's right, and I was like, oh, what? If I hadn't have done that, I probably would have come out this side DK.
Yeah, it was very close. Seeing DK come out just ahead of you as well and taking that line. It was a very quick stop though, DK as well.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Philly go in, I decided to do one more lap because I assumed that other people would go in, and I didn't want to confuse the pit box. Exactly what happened to Philly. I wanted to clear pit box, so
Yeah.
that's why I thought I'd wait another lap, and I just pushed as hard as I could, and I think I made a little bit of time in the out lap, and then once my pit stop happened, yeah, I just had to push again to stay in front of Philly. So I think it was going to be
Really
tight.
tough battle up towards the end there, DK. Jesus.
Oh no, it was good.
Yeah, so he's been breaking a sweat and that. There was no room for error.
I was hoping you sent it down the inside and somewhere. The corners are quite wide.
Oh,
Yeah, my rear tyres were starting to go.
I only send
What
it
tyres
when
you
I
guys
get
in?
Yeah, did you need to take tyres?
Nah,
I didn't.
no, I just.
Did you
opened
guys
the dust
use
right
hards
up.
or softs?
I use hards on the front, softs on the rear.
Oh, mixed. Shit, I
I
used
used
hards
hards
all
on the
around.
front and rear left.
Oh, no. Shit. Just wasn't quick enough. I mean, I got surprised I overtake you at
got
DK.
fast
I must have had a bad run somewhere. We got
No,
fastest lap?
you got
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you got.
didn't
Yeah,
Tajo?
Tajo, you
I
got
did?
fastest lap.
Yeah,
man.
Oh,
43.2.
By about 2 tenths, 3 tenths. Yeah.
There's not much
Oh,
difference between you
nice.
three, no. Yeah, very quick.
Very good.
I was maintaining that pace the entire race. Like,
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
the
not
start
really.
there,
I was
I felt that you had more pace than I did. That's why I didn't fight you too much. I just sort of let you go, and I wanted to slip in behind you and try and keep up with Philly. So
yeah.
rather than me and you fight, I'd rather just sit behind you and you can drag me along. And
I thought you had more
yeah,
pace. It was the
smart
other way
play,
around. I thought you had more
yeah.
pace. So I thought if
No.
I let you go, you chased after Philly. And
Yeah, I saw you run wide a couple of times, so I took the opportunity to dive up the inside.
yeah, I saw you guys run wide in the exit. You guys were taking liberties in track limits there. Because I only practiced just before the race.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I haven't
good to
done
see
much.
no conflicts for you either, Tajo, with getting in and
Yeah,
Yeah, somehow
that's a
no
first.
problems.
yeah, and
Yeah.
didn't see any lag from any drivers as well. So I think those
Oh.
servers going down earlier actually may have fixed a lot of the dramas we've been encountering. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it continues.
they might have pushed the restart button.
Yeah, it's probably well overdue.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, looking
no
forward to the last
disconnects
round.
and a full 13 cars all finishing the race, no lap traffic, and looked
Yep.
pretty instant clear. So yeah, fantastic racing by all again, and yeah, great battles from you guys. It's hard to pull away from it in those last laps.
Yeah, it's bloody great. I have to do a shout out to Sami. He's been helping everybody out.
Yeah, big shout out, Simon.
Shout out to
Sami
Real Boy as
engineering
well.
going on.
Yeah, it's Sami Engineering, mate. No, he's great. Even though he can't use his steering wheel, he can still tune a car. So thanks,
That's
heaps, Sami.
And he jumps on the stream to support you as well. He said, "Great race, guys." So
Yeah,
yes, thanks very much,
sprinkled a little bit that magic dust over my car the last couple of weeks anyway. Thanks, mate.
Definitely done well.
Yeah. Alright, good racing, boys. Thanks
Yeah,
for another
great
week,
Yeah.
JT.
Yeah, and it's going to be a deciding round next week with how close you guys are for points. So
Yeah.
pretty exciting, and especially duking it out round Road America. It's going to be real quick in Mustangs, so it's going to be great.
Oh,
Bloody
Can't
oath,
wait.
I can't. I'm looking
Very
forward
well
to it.
suited for the car.
Definitely. Alright, thanks again, JC.
Yep,
Alright,
congrats,
yeah,
guys.
thanks,
Tajo and
guys.
Philly.
Good luck with next
yeah,
week.
congrats,
You too,
DK.
DK,
Congrats, Philly.
Tajo.
No, it's not
Yeah,
lap
boys.
2, mate. See ya.
And there we have our podium finishes with DK taking the win in round 3, Philly in P2 and Tajo in P3. And we'll be back again at 7:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time next week on Thursday night, and that will see us out for the final round of the Astro Gaming Mustang Boss 302R Cup, and that's at Road America. It's going to be a very exciting race. It's been an awesome series so far, so to finish off at Road America, and these drivers are going to be putting on a very good show, so do not miss that one at all. It's going to be great to see. And if you do miss our races, you can always go back and check out our previous broadcasts. They are all saved on our YouTube, so don't forget to head over to there and hit subscribe on that. If you're new to the channel, hit the follow button so you can be notified when we're live. So we'll be back in with this on Thursday night, and then also we've got the final round for our Kia Optima Championship on iRacing this Monday night at 7:35 p.m. So thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you trackside next time.